I was born in Panama City on a dairy farm. Mom and Dad both died when they were 45 years old, and my wonderful grandmother kind of got stuck raising me. She never had a quarter to her name. Our power would get cut off on a regular basis, and it was just tough. It was really tough for a while. Got through high school and went off to college and was working all the time. But I began to figure out that I didn't like being a janitor. I didn't like working at a gas station. Wasn't too wild about waiting tables, that I wanted to do something good and big. So when I finished my degree and I went to the business school, I met with Dr. Robert Ernest, who was chairman of the finance department. And finally I got to see him, and I told him I wanted to go to the graduate school of business. And of course, he asked me about my grades. I said they were okay. I think he saw a little spark or something, I don't know. So finally, at the end of the meeting, he says, okay, tell you what, if you scored this much on the GMAT test or whatever it was called then come see me and we'll get you in. So I've always done well on entrance exams, always. So I scored a real high number. A couple months later, I come back to see him and wait 3 or 4 hours. And then he, let me in. And, I'm sure the second he saw me and saw my grades, my scores, I'm sure he's saying, oh no, what did I get myself into? I became Dr. Ernest's graduate assistant, and he rode me like a mule. I mean, I did all his research, helped him write his book, began teaching his classes, but he was also very, very good to me. I got a lot of job offers, and a lot of them were because he was sending out nice letters and making calls. So in life, it's wonderful if you can be successful and everybody else can be successful. I've always loved a challenge. I've always loved a challenge. All my life I've set goals. When I finished graduate school and went to work for Southeast Bank, I determined that before I was 30 years old, I was going to own a bank. I just set my mind to it. And to achieve that goal, and I tell young people this a lot of times, I could shave, brush my teeth, shower, and get dressed in 13 minutes. And I was at my office. I was at my office. And I couldn't wait. I could not wait to get there. So I was lucky enough to figure out what I wanted to do and just charge forward toward that goal. I learned everything I could learn about banking, everything I could learn about it. Lending, bookkeeping, you name it. Being a teller, I did it all because I wanted to know all the facets, and that gave me an advantage. We bought a bank. I talked 3 other guys into buying a bank. It was a troubled bank. We sold it in '85 and made a lot of money. We made a lot of money. I was elected to the Florida House in 1998, first Republican from Bay County to ever be elected to the Florida House. And I kept moving up. I got good at committee assignments, and I looked up there one day at the Speaker of the House, and I figured out, he told me where I was going to sit in the chamber. He told me where my office was going to be. He told me where I was going to park my vehicle. I like that power. I like that. So that day I decided to run for Speaker. And it was a long journey. It was a very long journey all over the state, but I won. The ironic thing was at one point in time, I don't know how, the company I worked for, we cleaned I cleaned bathrooms of the old Capitol. That was in 1974, and 30 years later I became Speaker of the House. So it's a great country. It's a great country. If I were talking to a student that's contemplating attending Florida State University College of Business, I would first of all say you're on the right track. It's one of the greatest universities in America. The faculty is outstanding. You will not find a better college of business anywhere in America.